Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update. We're going to take the Sacred Union Energy Update to pause and do kind of a combined Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine reading. I do these every once in a while, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, see what's going on over on Instagram, and then I upload it here to YouTube as separate readings. You guys might have seen a couple of these over the past several weeks. We're going to do that today because I want to see what's going on with each individual counterpart. That said, do make sure that you check out the channeled messages that we just put up, plus the light language transmission. Very, very powerful stuff for these sacred partners. There's union energy that is anchoring in right here, right now. The light language transmission is helping with that. I was feeling the energy. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I did a reading. And what they told me was that we were anchoring in the unity code with these twin flames, with these sacred partners. You guys know I don't usually use the term twin flame because it has been kind of corrupted and misconstrued among the community and in the spiritual circles. But they're bringing back that energy. They're bringing back the sacredness to that, clearing out old templates, old corrupt templates of that twin flame. The label really does not matter, but what they were doing was they were clearing the energy around that template so that we can remember the sacredness, remember that separation is merely an illusion, and really anchor into a deeper layer and level of our connection and of love with our sacred partner. So I want to take a step back a little bit and see what's going on with your connection as a whole. I'll put the link to the light language transmission and the channeled messages in the link below. I'm really imploring you guys, if you're resonating with my readings, please go check those out because that's what this journey is about. It is about union, and union is beyond the physical relationship, the physical partnership. It is all about ascension and growing together and coming back to that unity consciousness, rising in consciousness together, evolving together, and bringing that template of soul evolution and higher consciousness, higher octaves of love down into the physical plane, into this new earth, this rainbow grid, this rainbow matrix that we really are anchoring in. So I really implore you guys to don't skip the channeled messages. Really important stuff there as far as this journey and your sacred unions, because I channel about the sacred union path to ascension. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm pairing the, what deck is this? The Tarot Grand Lux deck with the Light Seers deck. I wasn't sure what I was going to use today for tarot, but I feel like the image is here. I feel like this is what they want me to do. Not such a soft energy. It doesn't feel bad. It feels very positive. It feels very union oriented. But it's a little bit darker colors as far as the depictions, and I feel like that's like they're bringing me this sense of vibrancy, like vibrant colors. So we'll see what comes out with that. And then I got called for union energy because I like to get an overall theme. I got called to the Journey of Love deck, and I was reaching for it before I could even stop myself. So let's get right into the reading and see what is going on with these secret partners. Okay, what is the union energy between these sacred partners, please, Spirit? What is the union energy between these sacred partners? We have, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. We have Dream a Little immediately. And we also have Legacy of Light. And I'm getting called to take that too because that is exactly what you are. And this one. Okay. All right. We're starting off with a bang. This is how we do. We have Man of the Earth and Woman of the Sky. And like we talked about in the Unity Code transmission, the Unity Code channeling, that's what this is, where the masculine is really anchored to the material physical plane. The feminine energy really is anchored to the higher realms, really connected to the higher realms, but you both are one. And that's something that we cannot ever forget. We're both one. We're both working as one. We are physical embodiments of masculine and feminine energy, whether you're male, male, female, female, male, female, doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. We're physical embodiments of that masculine and feminine energy, but we contain both energies within. And as we've been channeling for the past year on this channel, divine feminine, the masculine energy within you, is your embodied divine masculine. Divine masculine, the feminine energy within you, is embodied in your divine feminine. And that's how you work together. And it's really important to remember that separation, thinking that you are separate from each other, is the illusion. And that's what we're anchoring in now. We're anchoring in that unity code. We're anchoring in that sacred union, that remembering that we are not separate, that we are always one with our counterparts. And as we're one with our counterparts, we remember the oneness, the unity code with all. So divine masculine and divine feminine, yes, we have in our physical embodiments, you and your sacred partner have maybe different personalities, different experiences, but they run parallel to you. You recognize that there are a lot of synchronicities, that there are a lot of parallel structures as far as family, home life, as far as how you grew up. Or it could feel very opposite, but with regards to the core of you, who you are, it's a deeper than a soulmate connection. Soulmates connections feel familiar on a different level. This is different, and you'll feel the resonance of this with your counterpart. You are each other, and you recognize that. You recognize the frequency, you recognize the vibration, you recognize the energy there as that one. And then after you meet, there's some soul sludge that comes up, there's some triggering that comes up because of the old programming. But the undercurrent of familiarity, the undercurrent of love, the undercurrent of forgiveness, that unconditional recognition is always there. And so divine masculine, divine feminine, you are always one with each other energetically. And what's been happening is you have been clearing out the old templates, clearing out the old programming from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, societal program, collective programming as well, that may be suppressed or wounded or distorted either the masculine or the feminine energies within you, or both. And that's what we've been healing and clearing on this ascension journey. That's how we have been rising. That's how we have been ascending, by going deeper within ourselves. That's the spiral here that they immediately pointed me to. That's this ascension journey, going deeper within ourselves. That is how we ascend. That is how we rise. Pointing me to the 5 and the 1 immediately, that 6 number, that lover's number, that partnership number, being guided by the divine, supported by the divine, protected by the divine. And I was remiss in saying this in a light language transmission, but Archangel Michael very much helping these divine counterparts, these sacred partners, protecting and supporting your energy as you come into sacred union. Because you're evolving and growing and remembering more and more of your divinity. And as you do that, you rise higher and higher into this legacy of light. And that is what you're doing. You're remembering the love and the light of who you are. You're remembering the divinity and the God source within. So the man of the earth and woman of the sky energy, divine feminines have been healing the masculine energy within them. Divine masculines have been healing, as of late, the feminine energy within them that had been very suppressed, that had been very repressed, that had been very distorted, because the collective templates of feminine and masculine energy had been very distorted. You can look at the patriarchy, you can look at the persecution and suppression of the female energy. You can look at all of that and see how it had been corrupted, how it had been very just controlling, very repressive, suppressive, oppressive. You can see that, and that's what has been healing. So divine masculine especially has been rising within their feminine energy, as divine feminine has been healing their masculine energy, feeling safe within, feeling secure within, safe to express herself, safe to be in her divine feminine energy, whereas the masculine has been feeling safe to express himself and give and receive that love, where that template had really been distorted for them. So divine masculine and divine feminine are both rising, and you might be working on this from two different angles, but you're doing this together. So when you're looking at your divine masculine, divine feminines, you might not see the evidence. You might not see how they are healing or how they're doing the work, but they are. It might not always be conscious, but they are doing the work, at the very least subconsciously. But the more they are rising, the more they are ascending and growing, the more they're consciously doing the work. Maybe they're finding meditations. Maybe they're finding mentors and healers. Maybe they're doing energy clearings. Maybe they're healing in dream state. Maybe it's just more mindfulness, more recognition and awareness of their habits and patterns, changing their mindsets, changing their perspectives. They are shifting, just as you have done. Divine Feminines have done a lot of the active healing because from the get-go they have been very aware of the connection. And Divine Masculines as well. It really depends on how you resonate and where you are. But I'm going to say for the greater whole, it was really the Divine Feminines that were aware of the connection and aware and doing the active healing for their ascension journey. But Divine Masculines, as they have gone through this process, they have risen in their awareness. They have risen in that consciousness. They are here. They are really equal to us. And if you're still looking at where you are as far as your relationship or your physical proximity or your communication, then you're still looking at the lack. Affirm that you are in sacred union. Affirm that you are in union with your partner, in union with yourself, in union with God or Source or the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it. Affirm that you are in union and anchor into the now moment, anchor into the present moment, and accept and appreciate everywhere you are, because that is what's going to shift your physical connection forward the more you shift within yourself. Because the physical connection is, it's not, when you look at the evidence, you're looking at the lack. You have to feel into the love. You have to feel into that knowing. That's really what that unity code and the twin flame transmission is really bringing in for us. It's really anchoring that in. Really feel into the knowing, because the physical is just the hologram of everything that we hold within. So it's inside out. It's not outside in. We can't look at the outside and let that dictate everything that we feel inside. We have to feel it first. We have to anchor that in. We have to really embody that sacred union. We have to embody that love, and that's how we shift our relationship forward. So we're ascending. We are moving into the next phase of our ascension journey, and even into the next phase of our partnership with our divine partner. A lot of you are going to be seeing more communication, more meetups, higher levels of commitment, wherever you are in your relationship, wherever you are on your path. Everybody's path up the mountain is a little bit different. The mountain's the same. It's that sacred union mountain, but everybody's path might look a little bit different, as much as we are a collective, so take it as it resonates for you. But we're all moving into the next phase of our journey, which is anchoring in and embodying that sacred union, that higher level of consciousness, that higher octave of love. And so they're saying, enjoy this, appreciate this, love your connection with your sacred partner. Don't be afraid of loving your sacred partner, because you are one. What we've been channeling is, what we're doing on this ascension journey is really bridging the spiritual and the material plane, because we are human incarnate. And what we're doing is we're bringing the higher dimensions. As we shift in consciousness, we're shifting dimensions, because dimensions are just levels of consciousness. And the more we ascend into 5D and above, the more we get rid of all that dense, heavy energy, that dense programming. The more we remove that and ascend, the more we're bringing in that template of fifth dimensional consciousness. And the more we do that, the more that we are opening up, lifting the veil, so to speak, pulling back the veil, so that we're going to have heightened gifts. We're going to have heightened abilities. We're going to have heightened intuition. Spirit is not going to seem so separate as it once was. The other side, the spiritual realm, is not going to feel so separate as it once was, but we're still here in our physical body, in our physical incarnation. They're bringing me back to Lemuria and Atlantis. It's that energy of higher levels of consciousness within the physical plane. And that's what you and your divine counterpart are doing. That's the legacy of light that you are building and creating. That's this rainbow matrix, this rainbow grid that we have been channeling. Because the masculine really helps to ground this in the material plane, and the feminine energy really helps to bring the spiritual down. But together, as one, in that sacred union, you're working together to bridge the human, the physical plane, and the spiritual plane, so that the spiritual becomes part of your human experience. So that when it's, and you're going to start seeing that in your physical world as well, because you're embodying that love. And we had given this example. It's like, when you're in love, you're in that vibration of love, and it's just like everything is vibrant, everything is colorful, everything feels like a miracle, and it's going your way. That's higher level consciousness, because you're in the vibration of love. Whereas previously, there might have been something that rocked you out of that energy. Could have been a breakup, could have been heartbreak, could have been some kind of trauma or some kind of programming or influence. Now you're really learning. You've cleared out all of that programming. You're really learning how to master yourself on this journey. That's what this spiral is all about, going deeper and deeper within, deeper and deeper within that self-mastery. You are ascending. And so you're anchoring into that level of love, so that is what it is. That is the truth. That is all there is. It is joy, it is peace, it is harmony within, so that you know that no matter what, you are in the flow of life, you are in the flow of love, and you are always supported and cared for by your spirit guides, your ascended masters, your angels, your ancestors, and even your divine counterpart. You are working on this together. You are learning how to bridge the spiritual and the material plane, the spiritual and the earthly plane. And as you do this, as you come together in this sacred union, in this recognition of the sacredness and the sanctity, the oneness of what you are, the oneness between you and your counterpart, but it's that Trinity energy, you, your counterpart, and the universe, and God's source. All of it. You become one with all. That's the unity code. That's the unity template that's being anchored in here. And it has a ripple effect to not only lift the vibrations and shift the paradigm of planet Earth, but it has a ripple effect into the universe as a whole. You are creating new galaxies. You are creating new universes. And we have been channeling that for 3 years here. So I really implore you guys to check out the channeled messages, especially the Twin Flame Mission, Cosmic Blueprint, something like that. Birthing a New Template, I think that's what it's called. Check out, there's a full list. I'm working on turning that into a book for you guys, so it is easily comprehensible. But that's what this is all about. This is all about love and coming back into that oneness and that wholeness, not just with your counterpart, but one with all. And really beautiful. That is that light legacy that you're leaving. And it's because you're opening up to love. With this dream a little, is just open yourself up to the dream of love. Don't let your heart be so guarded. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's okay. We understand why you had guarded your heart, but that's the template that you're clearing right now. That's what the light language transmission has been helping you to clear. That's why it was brought in. And that's why the unity code messages, those channelings, were brought in, because you're clearing out the old template so that you can believe in love again, so you can open up your heart to love again, because love is what is. Wow. Okay. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. I have never ceased to be surprised with these channelings. I just start recording and I open my mouth and it comes forth, and I'm always shocked. Speechless, too, sometimes. Okay, so let's see what's going on specifically with these divine masculines and divine feminines. I'm going to put these up there. This is interesting. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of an abstract image. This kind of reminds me of a figure of the hermit. And this light, almost like it's in his hand. I feel like divine masculine has been in hermit mode. Divine feminine, you might have been a little bit too. We had been channeling this for a little bit, where there's been this sense of retreat, possibly even from each other, where you're still connected, you're still, talking either energetically or telepathically, you're still in some kind of communication, you're still feeling connected to each other, but there's been some kind of like a retreat. And that retreat is for a purpose. It's because you're doing your own inner work, while still being connected, while still doing it together, because the work that you do on yourself, the clearing that you do on yourself is aiding the connection. And it's like you're doing it together, because you're all part of the circle. We've been channeling this for, oh God, at least a year. It's like they showed me this circle, and this was when you met. You had that recognition, you had that familiarity, and then you kind of went your separate ways, or so it seemed. And what you're doing as you come into sacred union is you're approaching each other again in physical contact, but recognizing that you've always been part of the same frequency, you've always been part of the same circle. And what they had shown me was there's another circle then. After you come into that reunion, which many of you have, after you come into that reunion, then you're traveling together. And what it makes is this beautiful infinity sign, because that is the free flow of love between you. It's give and receive, and give and receive. Love just flowing effortlessly and harmoniously between you guys. Recognizing that you're traveling this path together. Recognizing that you always have been together. That's what this circle is. And that's what they're saying now, that you might be in a little bit of retreat, but you're still recognizing the connection. And this kind of retreat and hermit energy, especially for the divine masculines, is helping them understand and become more aware of this connection, understand this connection even more. Okay. And when I say understand this connection even more, I want to make it clear. Yes, it's about physical partnership, but that's like the icing on the cake, right? It's like the cherry on top. It's so much more than that. Because your love is so sacred. You're so bonded. You are so energetically just one. I don't know how to explain it. That's what they're really understanding. And the more they understand that, yes, the more you'll come into that physical relationship and that physical partnership. But it's more than the physical relationship and partnership. It's more than the old template of relationships and partnerships that you knew. This is really soul connection. This is really about ascension. This is really about that spiritual partnership and recognizing that spiritual partnership. And I'm hearing that's what your soul has been longing for. It's that recognition of that soul connection, that spiritual partnership, that coming together. That's what sacred union is all about. It's that wholeness, that oneness together, the yin and the yang, the two pieces becoming one. So that it's like once those two lock into place, those two pieces, it's like the wheel starts turning and just rippling out more and more love. That's what your divine masculine is starting to understand. It's not just about let's get engaged, let's get married, let's have family. That's like the physical aspect. That's the human aspect. But we're really talking about the soul aspect. And the more that soul aspect is understood and felt, again, that spiral deeper and deeper within, the more the physical aspect will come into play, because you are having a human experience, and that's part of your human experience. But this is really about the union. This is really about the sacredness. This is really about the soul connection. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the channel, I really want that to be understood. Yes, I know everybody wants to know what's going on with their 3D relationship, but that is the icing on the cake. That is what is to come. You don't have to worry about that. Focus on the spiritual nature, because that is what moves the physical connection forward. Okay. What's going on with the divine masculine's current energy, please? Divine masculine's current energies. Divine masculine's current energies. Wow. Holy cow. Divine masculine's current energies. Yeah, okay. Wow. Holy cow, you guys. And Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting called to take them both. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm an intuitive reader. Just to remind those of you who are new, I take the messages how they resonate for me based on the energy. So I don't read the cards based on traditional tarot. I just pick up on the energies. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. I was also called to get the 9 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Swords to clarify these messages. Wow. 10 of Cups. they are feeling this partnership. And look at that warmth that is in this. This is happiness. This is wish fulfillment. These divine masculines are finally allowing themselves to be happy. They had really pulled back from their own happiness, not believing they were worthy of it, not believing that they were capable of it. But over the past few years, especially, these divine masculines had experienced tower moments where what they thought was built on a firm foundation had crumbled. And they were terrified of building up again. They were terrified of opening back up to love because they thought, well, what if my world crumbles again? Not realizing that the foundation they were building with their divine feminine was a foundation of pure love, divine love, unconditional love. This is different. This template, this union, this connection is different from anything they had experienced before and anything you had experienced before, either, divine feminines. You had to do your own clearing around love templates, around beliefs in love as well. You had to learn how to unblock your heart too. But that's what divine masculine had been clearing, especially. Now they're believing in this happiness. Now they're wanting to celebrate. And the Three of Cups is my union card because they had shown it to me as the two cups pouring into one, being that Trinity energy. So the two cups, when you fill up enough on that self-love, on feeling worthy of the divine sense of self, and that's not egoic, that is recognizing the divine within you, recognizing the love and the essence within you. Once you fill up on that love, you're able to offer that to another person. And so it's that Trinity energy of they have their cup, you have your cup, you pour it into the third, and what happens, that third cup being source energy itself, what happens is it completely merges. It's like if you have water and then you pour it into more water, what happens is it blends and you're not able to separate the water. You don't know what came from one cup, what came from another. That's the sacred union. That's the merging of these energies. That's why Three of Cups is my union card. It's celebration, it's joy, it's happiness. It's this coming together. And your divine counterpart is really beginning to feel this and understand this. Now, they are in a Four of Swords energy. This is that retreat mode. This is that taking some time out, that hermit mode. I feel like they're kind of basking in this energy, basking in this awareness, basking in this love, because up until now it had not been familiar to them. They do want to come forward towards you because they're feeling much more stable and balanced within themselves. Could also be balanced and stable within their physical lives as far as finances, career, relationships. That's part of the work that they have been doing, clearing out any of their karma. It's moving them forward in such a positive direction to be able to take action, to be able to communicate clearly and directly, where before they had really been shut down in their communication because their heart had been shut down. They were going from their egoic mind. They had been going from their logical mindset. That was the masculine template. But as the feminine is rising within them, they're learning how to speak and live from the heart space. Still, divine masculines process a little bit differently. They still process from the logical mind, but learning how to listen to their intuition, learning how to trust in their heart, learning how to speak from the heart and express themselves, where that had really been suppressed and shut down because they had shut down the feminine energy within them. So these divine masculines are really taking some time to, almost like they want to, this is coming in from a previous reading, they want to just kind of sit in this energy a little bit, get more familiar with it. It's almost like getting their sea legs, that kind of feeling. Like they love this energy. They love you, divine feminine. That's coming in very, very strongly. And they want this balance. They want this 10 of Cups. They're manifesting this, and not just manifesting this emotionally, but manifesting this in their physical world. They're wanting to bring in this union. They're wanting to communicate this with you and turn the wheel forward for you in this connection because they're feeling brave, because they're feeling strong now, because they're feeling certain of themselves and certain of this connection, certain of you, certain of this love. But they're just taking some time because it's like before they had rushed in and it had kind of created an imbalance. They want to make sure it's secure. They want to make sure it's stable. I'm hearing they want to make sure it's stable for you too, Divine Feminine, recognizing that before things have been off balance, things have been hot and cold, touch and go, that runner chaser energy, that's what is clearing. And they want to just make sure that it's very grounded, again, building that foundation. And from that new foundation, you're going to be building up your connection again. And that's Divine Masculine just has this sense of eagerness, but they're really tempering that eagerness in a positive way. They're really making sure that they're remaining balanced and not kind of rushing in, because they don't want to scare themselves, they don't want to self-sabotage, and they don't want to scare you either, Divine Feminine. So communication, balance, forward motion coming in, a little bit of hermit mode, a little bit of retreat, just because they're taking some time to themselves to understand this energy, to kind of soak in this energy and familiarize themselves with this energy, because it feels so new to them. Creating this happiness for themselves where perhaps that hadn't been allowed before because of expectations of others or obligations or even their own lack of worth. They hadn't allowed themselves to be in this energy before, but now they really are allowing that and seeing that this happiness, this new mindset, this belief in love and belief in this connection, this faith in this connection is really allowing them to dream, to create, and to move forward for themselves and this connection in their lives in such a positive way. It's a major shift for Divine Masculines. These readings haven't always been like this. This is a major shift in the past 6 to 9 months. So really beautiful for Divine Masculines. Really a beautiful transformation happening here. Okay, let's see where Divine Feminines are right now. Okay, what's the current energy for the Divine Feminines? We have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Divine Feminines, I feel like, and Strength card, I feel like you're picking up on this energy from the Divine Masculines. I feel like you're having a little bit of trouble believing it. Which I don't mean to laugh, but it's very sweet. I feel like it's because of what you have been through in your connection, but that's what you've been releasing. That's what you've been clearing. You're learning how to balance out your emotions. You're learning how to really master those triggers. And I feel like what I'm seeing here is you're learning how to overcome any anxiety that you feel about this connection and come back into this place of stability and strength. You are recognizing that your Divine Masculine is coming forward towards you with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. You're recognizing that there's some kind of communication that's coming in. You can't see it fully. You're not meant to, is what I'm hearing. You're not meant to see everything that's coming, though you know that it feels a little bit different than it had in the past. It's creating some kind of anxiety within you because it's almost like you're having a tough time believing that this is it. Almost like I fooled myself once before, I fooled myself twice before, shame on me. That's the energy that I'm getting from you guys. But it's like you're anchoring back in. I'm pointing to the owl here. You're anchored back into that wisdom, back into that faith of, I know what I'm feeling. I'm not going to let my ego mind, I'm not going to let the triggers pull me down into creating a story and putting me back into a cycle of the past. You've really let the past go. And so you're recognizing that even if you're feeling a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of anticipation over what's coming in, because you can feel it coming in, it's almost like you're just allowing yourself to let it unfold. I'm hearing finally. And you're letting yourself kind of just let your masculine come forward. Let your masculine say what he needs to say. Let your masculine bring in this new energy. And it really is new energy. And I feel like you know this. I want to get a little bit more for the Divine Feminines. That's that strength card at the bottom of the deck here. Your strength is overcoming any anxiety, any triggers that might in the past have put you into past thought patterns. But now that's your own self-mastery. Now you're very much aware of those patterns and you're letting that go. Divine Feminine, let's get some more for Divine Feminine, please. Let's get some more for Divine Feminine. King of Wands and Three of Cups. Three of Cups, you guys are marrying each other, both wanting this. You are recognizing the strength of your Divine Masculine, especially with that Lion over there. You're recognizing the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You are recognizing, and the Queen of Wands, counterparts here. Let me finish my thought. You are recognizing the strength and the courage of your Divine Masculine and what it's taking for him to come forward. And that's why you're kind of just letting it happen. With the Knight of Pentacles, it is slow. It is a little bit steady, but you're okay with that. You're letting it unfold. That's what's different here. You're letting it unfold. You're recognizing that there is movement. You're recognizing that the energy has shifted, that you are in a new cycle with your divine counterpart, and you're recognizing that your divine counterpart, your Divine Masculine, is really ascending, is really finding that balance, finding that security, finding that stability with that root chakra energy, bringing balance to the connection, wanting to speak from a place of balance, is ready to take action, and you're just kind of allowing it. With the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups, you're recognizing that the action that's being taken is moving into the sacred union, moving into this beautiful, loving, harmonious relationship, a higher level of your commitment, a higher level of your relationship. And look at that. This is one of my favorite cards here, because of the energy between you two. As you come together, this is almost like this is what happens as you move into sacred union. This is the blending of your energies, the merging of your energies, and I'm also hearing the merging of your lives. So really beautiful, Divine Feminines. You are overcoming, you are finding that strength within yourself to have that level of higher consciousness, have that level of awareness where any triggers that you're feeling, you are releasing it, allowing yourself to feel it, allow yourself to work through it, releasing it, recognizing that your divine path is unfolding. Maybe you're not meant to know everything, maybe you're not meant to see everything, but that's where you're having trust in your Divine Masculine to come forward and express himself. Wow. Okay. I was going to get some more tarot, but I think we're going to go right to the Romance Angels and see how is Divine Masculine feeling about Divine Feminine. How's Divine Masculine feeling about Divine Feminine? Chemistry, yep. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. This isn't just about sexual chemistry, although there is a huge buildup of sexual energy between both masculine and feminine energies. So you guys might be feeling that pull within the sacral chakra as well. It's that desire to merge. It's that desire for union, not just sexual union, but the sexual union is the expression of the union within. But this is the awareness. This is the deeper layer of that connection, recognizing each other's frequency, recognizing each other's energy, recognizing each other and the love contained within this connection. That's this chemistry energy that's coming through here. Divine Feminine, how are you feeling about Divine Masculine? Oh boy. Healing family issues and give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. This actually came out. We have Make the Effort on the bottom of the deck. This actually came out, I feel like, in last week's daily energy draw, Romance Angels Friday, with Give Your Relationship a Chance. I feel like Divine Feminines, the more you are healing, especially the masculine energy within you, the more you are recognizing the divine within your Divine Masculine. Because in essence, they were really projections for you, just like you were projections for the distorted feminine within them. And the more you heal this, the more you heal family dynamics, or family energy, we should say, the more you're healing your connection. The more you're coming together in this connection, the more you're able to, it's like a second chance. It's almost like the judgment card for me, which is that second chance energy, that call to rise. You're recognizing the love that you have for your divine masculine, and that the love has always been there, will always be there. And so this is where you are just letting this unfold, still working on your healing, still working on your clearing work. That's what's helping this come in. That's what's helping this relationship take form, take greater form. And you're recognizing that, you're understanding that. If you were detached, if you were in perceived separation from your divine counterpart, I feel like the more you are clearing, again, those toxic traits or that wounded energy, that masculine energy within you, the more you're feeling that love, you're feeling that forgiveness, you're wanting to really work on this relationship with your counterpart, not wanting to give up on this connection, because you're recognizing and feeling just that chemistry, that's it's not just attraction, it's the energy. You're feeling their energy, you're feeling their love, you're wanting really to come back into union with your counterpart. Okay. Let's get a union card. This is my Tarot in Translation Volume 2 deck. It's Journey of the Heart, available in my Etsy shop. Let's see. What's the union energy between these two? Let's get Divine Masculine. What's Divine Masculine working on right now? Let's do that. What's Divine Masculine working on right now for their union? Six of Pentacles. Relationships are about reciprocity and the equal flow of love between you and your partner. Ask yourself where the scales in your relationship need to be balanced. That's what they're working on right now. Again, the more they become balanced within themselves, the more they're wanting to give to their divine feminine, because it's the feminine energy within them that is being healed, that is rising, where they're not holding themselves back. So that love, that flow of love, is going to be more easily moving between you two with more harmony, more balance, the scales being balanced. Divine Feminine, what are you working on in your partnership right now? What are you working on in your partnership right now? What are you working on? Two of Cups. Your open heart is ready to give and receive in a sacred relationship of mutual love. There's that balance again, that reciprocity, see? Allow yourself to flow within the harmony of this partnership. As the heart expands, so does love. You are working on healing, again, anywhere where you're guarding your heart, anywhere where you're protecting yourself, anywhere where you were holding yourself back. Interestingly enough, mirroring this energy to give this relationship another chance, to come into union, to work on your partnership, to open your heart again to this love and to your sacred masculine. What are they working on together? What are you working on together? Oh my goodness. Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Pentacles. Without even reading these cards, you guys are working on grounding this. The Hierophant for me is a higher level of ascension, the next level of your journey. It's also a higher level of commitment, expansion of the heart, expansion of commitment. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, you're working on grounding this new abundant, it's almost like this happily ever after energy that's coming in. This new abundant beginning in the physical plane, in your physical partnership. Again, that's commitment, that is communication, that is working together, working on your mission, all of it. It's all of it. That's what the Ten of Pentacles is. This is a new beginning for you guys. And remember, in the beginning we said that the physical relationship is the icing on the cake. That's this. This is the icing on the cake. Wow. Okay, we're going to end today with messages between you two. This is my conversations with counterparts, message deck number 1. And let's see what you guys have to say to each other. I'm blown away. I mean, look at these cards. This energy is amazing. Okay. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? I'm focused on other things right now. They are focused on their own healing. This is that hermit energy that we're picking up on. This is that that kind of pause. It's not that they're focused on anything. They might be focused on stuff in the material plane, They might be focused on work or career or finances, but I feel like it's more like energetically, give me a minute, is what they're saying. Give me a minute. I'm just focused. I'm going to come forward towards you. I'm just focused on understanding this energy. I'm just focused on myself right now. And that's okay, Divine Feminine. That's okay, because that's how it's supposed to be, because the more you both focus on your own wholeness and your own healing and your own inner union, that's when you're able to come into this beautiful partnership. Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. What does Divine Feminine want to say to her Divine Masculine? It's very high vibrational energy that's coming through here. Very high vibrational energy. Oops. My romantic feelings are growing for you. You are letting your Divine Masculine in again. You're letting down the guard. You're letting down, any protective barriers that you had around your heart, because you're in a place of your own self-empowerment. You know how to have self-respect. You know how to love yourself. You know how to give to yourself. You know how to have boundaries. And from those lessons, from that evolution of your own soul's growth, you are learning how to love another from that angle, because the distorted feminine energy had really been overgiving, not having those boundaries, not knowing how to express herself from a place of unconditional expression rather than from a place of need or desiring an outcome. So as you've healed that, Divine Feminines, you're coming into this place of just the flow of love, just unconditional love. And because of that, your romantic feelings really are opening back up to your Divine Masculine, where you might have closed that down before and detached yourself. Beautiful energy for both of you guys. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? I want to begin again, and I have trouble sharing myself. I feel like this is kind of in the past, and they want to begin again with new levels of self-expression, new levels of communication, because they had shut down in the past and they don't want to do that anymore. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? And I'm getting called to say this is what Divine Masculine wants for that new beginning. Higher level of love, higher level of commitment, higher level of connection, grounded in the physical, with this new beginning, with this abundant happiness, this 10 of Cups, this joy, this bliss, this coming together with the 3 of Cups. It's just like a new life, starting a new life together. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? I'm struggling to communicate how I feel, and please trust me. I feel more like this is you recognizing your Divine Masculine struggles to communicate and express himself to you, and you're learning how to trust in this again. You're learning how to trust your Divine Masculine again. So I feel like this is more about you answering them. I hear you, and I'm learning how to trust in this new beginning. Wow. All right, you guys. This is pretty incredible, pretty powerful and strong. We'll be back on Facebook and Instagram, and possibly even on here with some mini check-ins over the remaining of the week. And then make sure you stay tuned for the daily energy draws. Also make sure that you do check out the Unity Code and the Twin Flame Code Light Language Transmission for more on this energy. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.